For the 40th time in its lifespan, the Brian Rose Memorial is underway. All cars get through turns number 1 and 2 without a hitch, as it will be Jake Hoath being challenged very early by Matthew Iwanow as Ben Norman tried to give chase as well on the top side of the racetrack. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly we find a distinct line out of these 30 laps, but lap number 1 has been complete and it goes the way of your West Australian champion, Jake Hoath. Hoath, last year's winner in something that was quite bizarre as well, is getting a hurry up quickly as Matt Iwanow is straight to the inside of him. So we've got a challenge for the lead. We've got a challenge for third as well as Cody Avens runs to the outside of him. But Iwanow to the inside for the race lead.
Yeah, great battle up front in the early stages of this one between Matt Iwanow, a wingless sprint standout here in the West, taking on the West Australian Street Stock champion in Derby's Jake Hoath. The two Commodores side by side into turn number 3, and the 10 car now hits the front as they exit turn number 4 as they're going anti-clockwise around the Ellenbrook Speedway. Hoath fighting back on Iwanow. Ben Norman is third in the first of the Falcons. He's got Cody Avens for company and Kane Della. But Hoath and Iwanow side by side in front of the club rooms, and the Falcon of Ben Norman ranging up on him. What a great battle at the front of the field early in the 40th anniversary main event for the Brian Rose Memorial RDA 100.
This one's a marathon, though it's not a sprint, even though the pace has been set very quickly as you watch him go past the speed shot here along the front straight. 24 cars out on track, and we're still side by side for the race lead. So too as well, you just saw further back for 6th and 7th between Hayden Norman and Jamie Oldfield. They were side by side for 6th spot, but Iwanow has not been able to shake Jake Hoath, even though they've switched lanes, and it's now Hoath to the inside of Iwanow as the car length in it as finally, that time around, as we say the word, he's able to get by it. Right now, the battle right on track is for the lead, as we'll have our first retiree. It's going to be Jason Oldfield, who's got a flat right rear tyre, but Kane Della is on the move as well, as he's up into 4th place and challenging Ben Norman for 3rd.
He certainly is in the KCLD cleaning Commodore as they see the stricken car of Jason Oldfield to their inside, heading out of the race. Early is the 3-time WA champion. And speaking of WA champions, look at Jake Hoath fight back on Matt Iwanow here in the front straight. Nearly side by side at the line. In fact, they were. The WA champion momentarily puts the nose in front on the exit of turn number 2. They race their way past the club rooms where a great crowd has formed on this Sunday night, this long weekend here in the West. Hoath fighting back on the local, who does a lot of racing here in the winter months to keep himself fit for the summer season when he's predominantly down at the Perth Motorplex in a wingless sprint. That is Matt Iwanow, who's now shuffled back to 2nd. Ben Norman and Kane Devlin, a great battle for the minors. Ben Norman has a big moment, flouts the concrete wall on the exit of turn number 2 and falls back to 6th place. His older brother Hayden moves into the top 5, and look who's working his way towards the front of the field. J.O., the Zero Commodore of Jamie Oldfield, looking to win this event for an unbelievable 12th occasion. He's battling the two Normans, as is Matt Iwanow, fighting back on Jake Hoath Morgan as they head down the back straight into turn number 3.
This is an absolute brilliant race. It cannot be pictured any better than you want it. We've got a battle for the lead. We've got a battle for 3rd, and it's also on for 5th, 6th and 7th place as J.O. runs right behind them. Your lead 7 have pulled away from the rest of the fielders. We'll give you a running order as they are, as we'll watch the top 7 out on track. Behind them, it's Brooke Oldfield, who's done a mammoth weekend so far in car number 84. He battles with Blake Ivan, and then it's Amaduri Dickinson. Back to the Evan Wakefield car being now driven by Ray Leonard, Craig Clayton. From further back from there, it's Paul Briggs, Damon Thompson, Ethan Cooper, Nate Renfrey, Gavin Minty, Daniel Flavel, Jason DeGoldie, Peter Herbert, and your last runner so far is Brett Brennan. So that's how we've run so far as we completed the first stanza of this feature race for the RDA 100. It's all now Jake Hoath that's hit the front. So Hoath is back to the race lead as Matt Iwanow gives chase. And being given everything in between by Matt Iwanow as Iwanow runs very wide, and here comes a yellow banana that could. Cody Avens one of the oldest cars in the field running the E-Series Ford Falcon. Now is the man giving the challenge. He looks to the inside of Matt Iwanow. This has given Jake Hoath some breathing room. Meanwhile, Kane Dalla and car number 6 of Hayden Norman, you watch them. That's the last battle inside the top 5 at the moment. If those guys can stop racing like they are, they could make it a 5-way battle for the race lead as you just check Norman get to the inside and take over 4th.
At this point in time, I'm not sure if we want to do a PSG, please stay green, or do we want a stoppage? This is a brilliant race so far. Cody Havens to the outside on our Iwanow. I'll get it out eventually in the front straight. We're 19 down and 21 remaining, just shy of halfway home. Then we haven't had a stoppage. Cody Havens, the first of the Falcons, mounting a big challenge on Matt Iwanow. These two guys used to race junior sedans against each other back in the day. Havens with a big lunge to the inside on the exit of turn number 4, and the Hydrolink Falcon for Thompson's Auto Parts and Collie momentarily has second place. He's a long race specialist as Cody Havens, and he's coming towards the front of the field in one of the biggest street stock events in the country. Here comes Cody from Collie, throwing. That's Paul Briggs by the looks of it, Morgan, and I think there might be some dramas for Cody Havens.
Yeah, I saw him slowing down, and he is now out. You saw him get a big shunt from Hayden Norman as he is pulled out. So we've hit the halfway mark, and we've got plenty going on here at Ellenbrook as Paul Briggs pulls to the infield. He was the one that clobbered the concrete wall. We'll see if we can get a replay of that. But the action out in front is definitely aplenty at the stage, because right now it's now Derby versus Ellenbrook as Norman to 3rd, Dalla to 4th, and rounding out your top 5 a long way back is brother Blake as well in car number 4. So it's all started to calm down, but this pace is so frenetic at the moment that we have 17 laps to go, I think. 17 laps to go as we're a challenge again for the lead. Here comes Iwanow. Hoath, he's been mad to the top side. He's only went to the bottom when he's been passed by Iwanow. But right ahead of them is Peter Herbert, who's running the top side of the racetrack as well. Sometimes you want to be in Iwanow's spot at the moment, especially when the 44 is that lap competitor. Run in the RDA 100. Oh, we've got one up in the wall. Oh, please don't have us a green, white checker finish. It was Brooke Oldfield in the 84 that went into the wall. He's going to slow right in front of your leaders. They have to go to the outside of him. White flag is out. One more lap left to run, and it's an absolute epic. 2 protagonists, one from the north, one from the south. The south goes to the bottom. Right ahead of them has been that of Daniel Fable. This is going to be the cat amongst the pigeons yet again. Here comes turns 3 and 4. Hoath goes to the inside. Daniel Fable tries and blocks the door, and we're going to Derby. Back-to-back champion for Jake Hoath in the RDA 100. The first time in 6 years it's been a back-to-back champion. Kane Dalla will be 3rd spot. There's smoke everywhere. There's chaos. But 40 laps non-stop. Would you believe it?
Track record.
Track record. When was the last time we went 40 laps?
We're reasonably confident that the last time that we've gone 40 laps non-stop was back in 2010, but we'll get to that in a few moments' time. Donuts to celebrate. Man. He's a happy man. And once again, Morgan, tell us again where we're going as a result of this victory.
We're going to Derby for the Australia Cup. Pack your bags. We're going to the Kimberley.